as you can see surrounding, the weather is wonderful. That wind's got a bite in it though. But nevertheless, I can't waste a nice afternoon like this sat inside. There's no excuse. We're off. It's part of a local loop where we walk the Yorkshire Panther sometimes. Not the most densely populated for bluebells and whatnot, but the way the light streams through the trees should make for a special image. I don't know if you think the same way I do, but I consider bluebells to be the first sign that kind of spring is well and truly here. And there is kind of a select window to try and shoot them in that's best. And I think we're probably peak window now. I think if we give it another 3 weeks, I don't think they'll be here. That's not the shot I had visualised, but the way that branch comes in and frames the bluebells, that'll do for the first one in the afternoon. Oh, it's good to be out. Obviously no need for the tripod for this one. We'll be shooting fast enough, we've got enough light. We can get this handheld. Right, how are we going to do this? There we go. In fact, let's frame it good and proper. This is when we get home if I've got a massive dog turd on our shoe, innit? And there we go. As is sometimes the case with these things, when you get it through the lens, I don't know if that's going to work right. We'll see, we'll get it in Lightroom. It's in the bag at least. And I've just looked back over and it works really well shooting that way as well, so I'm going to have one of them as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is nice. Turd on the knee. That's a bonny shot. Let's go really low. Get them sun stars going up. Let's get really low. Really, really low. This is where we're going with the turd on the chest, never mind on the shoe. Oh well, you only live once. Oh, that's better. That is it, that works. That's going to be a hell of a shot, that. Lovely. Quick check. Yes. That is... That's a keeper. Right there. Oh, knees. On to the next spot. What's that old poem? Mud on the knees, angry wife will be pleased. Just as I remember, as we're wandering through these woods, I've lived here for about 15 years. And I've heard the woodpeckers loads. Never seen them, because we all know they're elusive. And it was, what day we went today? Wednesday? It'll be Monday. I came for a walk with Yorkshire Panther in the evening. And clear as day. There one of them was anyway. Top of the tree. Not lower down under a limb. Much higher up, but I've seen him. Might make it a mission to come and get him in the wild at some point. Bring along the lens. And this is kind of another one of those videos that just reinforces the point that, you know, beautiful shots are just out your door. Ooh. Like this. I'm gonna have a pop at it. I don't think the light's really as good as we could hope for it. It could be better, but I'm gonna have a go. Had to give the ISO a little bit of a squeeze, just through the lack of light, but at 200 still, on a big sensor like that, no problem. Squirrel. I can think of worse ways to spend a Wednesday afternoon. Right, you cheeky monkey, there's a big hole in that trunk there. I bet we all know what made that. We're just coming up to where kind of the Bluebell trail started, as I remember it. Here we go, look at this. The sea of bluebells I've been looking for doesn't disappoint. Isn't that beautiful? And that's something. Let's get a couple of shots in the bag, eh? I've tried very hard to get up here without standing on any bluebells. I'm going to shoot it from multiple angles. Problem with this is the sun's behind me, so it's going to cast the shadow I think I'm just going to need to think about what I'm doing and box clever with it. Let's see what we can get. Obviously, I'm up in the ISO rather than using a tripod. You probably heard on the way in, there's a bit of wind. No point going for slow macro multiple shots to stack when the wind's blowing. It's a bit of a lost cause. I'm sure no doubt we'll get some cracking pictures. Let's get some of these in back. Oh yeah, all day long. Can we get some sun stars off that? Let's bump it to 400, get that speed up. Oh, that's a beaut. That's a lovely shot. That works. Dynamic range on the D810 as well is ridiculous, so we'll be able to pull so much back of the shadows and things in post. But let's have another wobble around, see what else we get. There's just so many beautiful shots to get and all that to be had. So at 1/25th of a second, f4, ISO 400. I need it quick enough so the wind blur doesn't affect it. To shoot bluebells in the woods, it's beautiful. What a nice way to spend an afternoon. It'll cost you nothing, and it's just your time. And I know mental health's a buzzword as well. And it's not something I'm fortunate to suffer from. But even then, paperwork, work, kids, life, I feel better for coming out. Oh, look. Too right, that's getting in the bag. You're precariously placed on the tree stump. Don't you muck about. Oh, that is beautiful. Just beautiful. Wow, screw it. Angry Wife's already going to be thoroughly impressed, so we might as well just go for it, haven't we? You probably already know, but for those of us that don't, if you're after sun stars, do you know those cool pointed stars when the sun comes through? You want an aperture of about f16. Not shooting into it, but shooting towards it, if that makes sense. That should bring you a nice sun star. Now, what I'm going to try and do is cut this sun star with a branch somewhere. So it's not quite so direct. Like that. Right, I want to get a bit closer on this. Oh. Can I get that in there? Is that gonna, oh, don't crush anything, Tim. What a beautiful shot. Hopefully, that's one for the bag. Oh, it's just gorgeous everywhere I look. Ridiculous, ridiculously nice. Oh, and if I could get one with these backlit leaves in, I think I'm happy to call it a day at that point. What about that? That's happening right now. Don't want to squish any bluebells. Just get that shadow out. First things first, put that right. Don't feel like quite such a pillock now. I've got to stop playing with the bluebells in the woods. It's my turn to cook tea tonight. Now, ideally, folks, I'd like to stay out a little bit longer. Wait for that sun to get a little bit lower, the light to get a bit more directional. Really nail some killer shots, but I have family duties to attend to, for which, if I'm honest, consider my punctuality now, I see as well, I'm running a little bit late. So I shall bid you adieu for this one. See you in a bit. Welcome to another episode of Standing in Water and Nettle Stings Just Because. Found this little, the actual shot I had in mind for my little personal vignette project was down the way where it just spits out onto the road, but as it probably sounds like I've just described it, it's incredibly boring when you get there. However, just follow the little public trail just up a little bit and we find this little beauty cut out here, surrounded by bluebells. I've got a couple of shots of the waterfalls already. I'm going to try and take a couple more different angles, as I say, try and incorporate the bluebells. It gives it a sense of timing as well, you know it's spring. And as I keep harping on about, change angles. Oh, don't step on the bluebells. If you get caught damaging, trampling, uprooting, just generally being an arse with bluebells, there can be a £5,000 fine attached for it. And rightly so. I don't think it should be a bluebell fine. I think it should be a being an arse in nature fine. But the angles that I'm going for with my tripod is either too precarious or I don't trust it. So We're going to have to go wind it back again. Thank goodness for OM system. We're going to have to go back to the old fast leading stabilisation. Going to put the inbuilt ND filters on, probably ND64. Trying to handhold this in the place I want it to try and capture the bluebells and the falls. Will it work? I don't know, but I'm going to try. Let's have a crack. Right, you devil. I'm going to get a wet backside. Things I do for you lot. Ooh. Oh, already. Straight away, straight through. Right. Got my bloody foot in it, that's no good. The problem with that big long branch in these pictures is, unless you get the end of it in, it looks weird. I'm not prepared to move it. I didn't put it there, so let's back up a bit. And I got a wet sock. I got a wet sock as well as a wet bum. Goodness me. Definitely having a pint after this with my wet sock. I don't think I can do 2 seconds like this. One and a third, let's go for that, Stanley. No, I'm wobbling, that's no good, that. Even though OM system can't pull it out, it's got a wobbler. Right, let's try a different angle. See if I can lean against. I want that major bit of droppage in there. Oh. Oh, careful, Bluebell. That's better. There you go, that works. Quietly confident of that. Keeping behind the Bluebell. Press sharp, I'll take that. Get one more just for sure. Like a corpse, that one. Dead steady. I'll tell you something as well. When I bought this 7-14 f2.8, I was aware it was ultra wide. I was thinking maybe I can do like the property pictures with it or whatever. I didn't think it'd get used that often. Along with my 12-40, it's one of my go-to lenses. Cracking bit of kit. Pint. So as I wobble off, oh, that's a nice picture. Just a minute, look what I found. You got it really, haven't you? So just as I kind of line this shot up and think about what I'm doing, I've left my tripod over there. What? I'm coming back. Standard operating procedure. Leave your tripod back at your shoot site and walk off and forget it. What a fella. Sorry, what I was saying before, what I was alluding to. I don't want to sound like an old fart, but I'm probably gonna. Something I've realised about these little vignettes that we do, oh, that's nice, I need to go back and show that. It is important. Getting older, my kids are growing up. Hellion number 1 turned 18. She's an adult now, you know, yeah. These kind of things. And what I've realised looking back at the pictures of them since they were kids and stuff like that, is the little snaps, just that moment in time, even if it's on your cell phone or whatever, it's just as important to look back at them as it is your art kind of stuff, because those moments in time, you don't get them again. It really is magical to you personally, I dare say. I know we all get friends that send us pictures of the kids. You're like, stop sending me pictures of your kids. I thought you liked me. But for me, on a personal note, some of those pictures, you know, priceless. But anyway, enough ramble. We're here for art. I want to get this one in the bag. Go for a pint. Right, let's get another one down low. Ugh. We're going to have to get right down low for this. I apologize. Oh, knees. Oh, there you go. That's a cracker. Oh. I think Angry Wife will understand, won't she? I like to give her presents. Her laundry. Shouldn't laugh.